my lovely friends, how are you? How was your February? I hope it was really good. It was so much shorter, I thought, than January. I mean, obviously it is shorter than January, but it felt like it went by a lot quicker. If you are new to these coffee chats, hello, welcome. Grab a warm little beverage, maybe a snack, and let's just hang out, chill, talk about our months. I'm gonna be going over all of my publishing and writing stuff, as well as some reading, the things that I loved and how much I read. And then I also like to talk about some things that are just life related in general. And I always like for you guys to sound off in the comments. Let me know how your February's went, your reading, your writing, your life, whatever. Like, I love it all. Give me the hot neighbor gossip. I'll eat it up. I worked on 3 different books in the month of February. So let's go ahead and dive into writing so I can tell you all about them. First of all, Bitter Bones. This is my middle grade horror novel. This follows a boy named Clay, and he was born with too many bones, and he's trying to find his missing mom, who is a like horror doll maker, very infamous, and he's trying to find her before her cult-like following gets to her first. I don't have any big updates for you guys, really. I just turned in my second round of developmental edits with my editor. These were kind of just fixing some little plot holes, expanding a lot more than my editor wanted to see, like the creepy stuff. She really wanted me to dive into more creepy stuff, put more dolls into it, because this is a creepy doll novel. So she was like, that's what's gonna hook the kids. So we really want more of that in there. So I just really delve deep into that. I love the new scenes that I put in. There's this really good one, you guys, where the main character and all of his friends are at this like creepy Comic-Con convention. It's like a goth Comic-Con, and all of his mom's cult-like followers are cosplaying as her creepy dolls. It's wonderful. I'm hoping that we are done with, like, you know, bigger edits and we can go into copy edits soon. That would be great, because, you know, that means you guys would get it sooner. It also means I get paid again, because I get paid when the book goes into copy edits. Yeah, the only thing is I think that it's not coming out this year. We've never had like a set date. I know in my announcement we talked about fall 2025, and that's what I thought was going to happen, but it doesn't look like it is anymore, just because of, like, I don't know, the way publishing is working. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, for spring 26, but I don't know. I'm not in control of it. I don't think my editor is in control of it. It's just kind of like wherever they can slot us in is where it's gonna go. I am kind of sad that it's most likely not going to be coming out this year, just because, like, you know, the odds that came out in 2023, now we have like 24, 25, all the way to 26. Like, I'm afraid that my kids that are reading my books and liking them are going to be like aged out of middle grade by the time they get to them. But, you know, I guess that's showbiz, baby. Like, what can you do? Regardless, I guess when it comes out, I'm excited for you guys to get to read it. Reading over this draft and all of the new stuff I added into it just makes me so excited. I know that my literary agent is very excited to give it to my film agent, because right now, with all of these books that are being adapted into TV, it's like they want something with a good crossover appeal, something that could be young kids but also going to teenagers. And so I know my agent's really excited about that. Sometime in the future, look out for Bitter Bones, because it's coming at you. The next story that I worked on was Project Pyro. This is my main project for this year. This is my YA mystery thriller gritty Appalachian boarding school story about a girl who's kind of like on the wrong side of the tracks and, like, you know, not really living the best life, but she gets invited to come to this really prestigious, fancy southern elite boarding school, and she's like, why am I here? This is weird. And then, like, girls start going missing. And you guys, I am still having such a good time writing this story. It is just absolutely flowing. Like, when I can get in there and get in the chapters, the voice is just so fun. I have not had a voice like this flow since I wrote The Glass Witch. It's just great, and I'm enjoying the grit and the dirt and the different prose style that I can give to a teenage character, because their vocabulary is so different than what a middle grader would use. It's just fun. It's so fun. I'm already thinking, though, I'm gonna need to go in another draft after this and do some trimming, because I'm just having too much fun with the prose. It probably needs to be cut down for the sake of pacing. The only thing is that I did not get enough done this month. I really want to be doing at least 2 chapters a week, and really my goal for last month was 3 chapters a week. I didn't do that. I did about 1 chapter a week. So we got 3.5 chapters done, and that is just not enough for me to be hitting my goal and getting this to betas when I want to. So in March, I'm definitely gonna up that number. I really want to get this to a place where I can go on sub with it in the summer, fall sometime. I don't know. It's just such a fun time. Like, it's just such a in-depth character study of this girl who's just full of contradictions and really complex, rough emotions, and she's just not nice. She's not nice, and I love writing someone who's so different from me and is just kind of a bad person. It's fun. And then the last book that I worked on this month was Grandmother's Guide to High Stakes Adventuring. This is my satire fantasy adventure cozy D&D grandma book. This follows a woman named Mimpy Gumblewick, who is a forest gnome, and she's 400 years old, and she never got to go on her adventure, though she got to do many other things like raise her own apiary and have kids and have grandkids. She's had a very fulfilling life, but the only thing she hasn't done is gone on an adventure. So she is going to do that now as a well-aged geriatric woman, and she's going to get up to some antics because she knows all about adventuring, because she has read all of the books, seen all of the maps, studied all of the creatures that there are to encounter, and so she is just going to go out there and write a book on how to adventure. My goal in February was to kind of slowly put this back into rotation with all of my other projects that I have going on, because it is just a funsy project. It's something I'm doing on the side, and you know, it's under priority with Project Pyro and Bitter Bones, but I still wanted to make sure that at least weekly I was working on it in some capacity. So my goal in February was at least 1 hour of Grandmother's Guide work a week. I can happily say I did this. It's really wonderful. I am now on chapter 4. And not only that, because not only was I like actually typing in it, I was also working on beefing up some backstory and finessing some outline things. Mimpy has a mercenary party, and there are a total of 6 members of the party, and I'm trying to give all 5 arcs and their own things going on. One that I wanted to really beef up a bit more and kind of bring him to the forefront was my teenage awkward cowardly paladin character. It's like a satire, so of course he's gonna have like daddy issues and like responsibility issues, and I've got him having like a little tiny side romance a little bit with someone, and I also want him to have another relationship with one of the members of the group that would kind of be like a older brother big sister situation. So I was really kind of finessing that, and I kind of wanted a way to weave all of these pieces in together, and I decided to do that by adding a new piece of magic into the story, and I think it's gonna work out really, really well. We'll see if at the end of this I read this and I'm like, oh, I'm trying to do way too much, like 6 character arcs. What was I thinking? But then again, I mean, it's like an adult high fantasy, so I'm not really worried about word count, and also it's just for fun, so I can do what I want. I also wrote this really fun scene where my main character is she's trying to get the group together. Like, she's only got a few members of the team so far. She's got to go out and find all the others still, but she has met with the rival mercenary group who also have the same quest as she does, and it's kind of like a race to get it before they do, and it's really fun. I love the tension that I made between the 2 groups, because it's like Mimpy and the other leader, they both have like respect for each other, but they're both just like, yeah, we're gonna get there first, and they're all like underestimating her because she's an old woman, and everybody else in the Bumbling Brigade, which is their mercenary group name, just seems a little like, who are these people? Like, what do they think they are? Like a washed up old mercenary and a librarian troll, like, and this little old lady, like, who do they think they are? And Mimpy's just like so cute. She's like, yeah, underestimate me, shunny boy, she where it gets ya. So if you can't tell, I've just been having a ball with writing this month. I just haven't made enough time to do enough of it. Like, I would really like to double the amount of writing that I spend on all these projects, because I do really love them. That's what we're doing in March. The other writing publishing thingy that I was kind of involved in was that I did a school event, which was very fun. I went and talked to my local middle school's writing program. I think I might have mentioned before that I was part of a middle school Ohio writers program called Power of the Pen. It's a competition-based program for 7th and 8th graders where they can go to like regional, state, all that kind of stuff, and just explore their writing and learn technique and just be creative. Getting to go back and talk to the writing team was so cool. The girls I met were so nice. They were so creative. They were so talented, and it was fun just like gabbing books, having snacks, just chatting. It's kind of like what we do here, and it was really nice. I have some juicy reading updates, so let's switch over and talk about the books that I read in the month of February. You guys, I read 6 books in the month of February, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I DNF'd 4. You want to hear something wild? I have read a total of 15 books so far this year, and I have DNF'd 11 books. I am being ruthless. Like, don't come for me, I will DNF you so fast. I'm so proud of myself though, because I feel like my ratings that I'm giving books are so much higher because I'm only spending time on books that I really feel like I have the potential to like, and that's so important. Like, letting go of the completionist thing, like I have to finish this because I started it, or I'm halfway through, why not finish it? It's not bringing me joy, and that's the part of reading. I don't want that for me. Stats control so many other aspects of my life. Like, I just want something that's purely for me, and like not worrying about the number of books I've read, or like the idea of completing, so like I'm happy. I'm happy. I read some really fun books this month. Some of my favorites included The First Sister and The House We Grew Up In by Lisa Jewell. I'm like a huge Lisa Jewell fan, so it was fun to go back and read some of her backlist when she was writing family suspense before she got into thrillers. But my favorite book that I want to talk to you guys about this month was and I'm so late to the game on this, but it was Project Hail Mary. I had no idea that this was a cozy adult sci-fi. I thought this was gonna be high action, like Blake Crouch, edge of your seat, page turner, danger around every corner. And this was so soft. I genuinely was so comforted by this. I laughed, I cried multiple times, and it was just such a surprise because I didn't think it was going to be anything like this. I in fact didn't pick it up for years because I thought I knew exactly what it would be, and I was like, oh, I'll like that. Why pick it up now when I know I'll like it when I finally read it? It was so different, and I really appreciated it. I can't even tell you what it's about or why it's so cozy because you really, you know, the synopsis gives you nearly nothing because you're supposed to be finding things out as the story goes on, so there's nothing I can give you. It's a man in space. What's he doing? Who knows? What's happening to him? Who knows? What a fun time. This was nearly a perfect book for me. Nearly. It did have a lot of math stuff that I was like, why is this in here? Just tell me what the outcome of the math is. I didn't care for that, but this was nearly perfect. So if you're into cozies and you like sci-fi, maybe give it a shot. I don't know. A really cool gift that I got in the month of February was from one of my friends. She got me this book embosser that has like my name on it. It says from the library of Lindsay Puckett. I actually went back and I bought another stamp insert so that I could have it say like different things. I love this, you guys. It's so cool. It's such a fun little, it was a perfect gift idea. Like it was perfectly tailored to me. So just, you know, 10 out of 10 on that. But it's been so fun just going through my library and finding my books and like stamping them. The first one I did, of course, is my copy of The Glass Witch. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. That's so cool. And yeah, that was short and sweet. Not that much reading to talk about, so let's switch over to some life stuff, I guess. This month, I feel like my entire life was taken up by putting up my latest publishing trends video. I feel like that's why I didn't have the amount of time spent on writing that I wanted or reading or like any big hobby stuff because like those videos just take forever. If you haven't gone and checked it out, I would really appreciate it. I will link it down below. What I did end up doing though, just to decompress a little bit, was coloring. I colored a total of 4 pages this month. I discovered how to do rain, which has been so fun. I love how those pages have turned out. And then the only other thing that really happened to me this month was, you know, Valentine's Day. Me and my husband decided that we wanted to stay in for Valentine's Day, and so we ordered like just a bunch of appetizers, a bunch of wings, and we made this big spread on our coffee table. And then we finally watched Avatar: The Way of Water. You guys, it's so good. I cannot express how in love I was with Avatar when it first came out. I feel like I might have been in high school at the time, maybe even younger. I don't remember now, but I was obsessed with that movie. Like, the world building is so good. If you are craving something that feels like a book, but in a visual format, it is the Avatar series. The world building is just next level. It's so good. I, in fact, cannot think of another movie that I have seen in recent memory that has been better than this movie. You've got all the main characters from the first one and then all of their kids, and you're following their kids. It's like a YA teen bop adventure story. We were on the edge of our seats, and I remember when the movie was finally over, it was like 2.5 hours later, like me and my husband just like looked at each other and like tears were streaming down our face, and we were just like like we were so exhausted. We just went to bed. We just went to bed. Anyways, you guys, that was my February. It was a pretty great month. Not as much accomplished as I wanted to, but that's why there's March. March lasts 84 years. So I'm ready just to get everything done that I need to. And hopefully I read more books, color more pages, have more fun. I don't know. Make sure you let me know down in the comments how you're reading, writing, or just like life went in February. I really want to know. I really want to chat with you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the publishing trends video. Order links for my books, The Odds and The Glass Witch, are always linked down below as well. So hopefully you pick those up and you get the bitter bones when it comes out. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.